Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday, and welcome to another edition of Heat Zone Live, courtesy of Kindle Sports Network. Tonight, the Miami Heat are back at home after a rough road trip that saw them go 1-2 against two teams in the Central Division as they host the Philadelphia 76ers. This one should be another high-scoring, high-impact game as both the Heat and the 76ers are playing in the Kaseya Center. The key matchup for me is Bam Adebayo versus Joel Embiid. Now, the thing of it is with Bam, even after that 83-point that 83-point explosion he had a few weeks ago, that has seemed to fade. That luster, that all-inspiring performance has faded. But in order for Bam to get it back, he's going to need to put in some work. And who better to do that against is Joel Embiid. Now, this one should be a very physical matchup in the paint between both of these guys. But I think, or rather I should say, I should expect Bam to come out as the aggressor of the two against Embiid. Now, another key matchup that I'm going to be looking at is Tyrese Maxey and Tyler Hero. Now, these two guys are walking buckets. Tyrese Maxey especially. Tyrese Maxey can light it up from anywhere. Whether it's layups, mid-range, three-point shots, long-range shots, you name it, Tyrese Maxey has it in his bag. And the same can be said for Tyler Hero. But the thing is, it relies on consistency. Going back to last night's game against the Pacers, Tyler Hero was the only guy that was in the 30s as far as double-digit scoring is concerned. But against Tyrese Maxey, he's going to have to step up his game and more. Other players I'm going to be looking at for tonight's game include a pair of rookies in Casper Ziakajunas and VJ Edgecombe, and as well as Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Kel'el Ware coming off the bench. Now, here are my three keys for tonight's game. Key number one, getting back to aggressiveness on defense. Miami looked sluggish in the last two games on defense, allowing the Cavs and the Pacers to get whatever they want on offense. But in the case of the Pacers, they should not have lost. They should not have lost. That was a game they needed to win. And when you allow guys like Andrew Nembhard, TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, and even Jay Huff to get hot from behind the arc, that says a lot about your defense. And the Miami Heat should not have no excuses for that game. None whatsoever. And seeing what they need to do now, it's clear that they need some aggressiveness on defense. But not just that. They also need to attack the paint and get second chance points. That's key number two. Attacking the paint and getting second chance points. This is something that Miami needs to do a lot of. Yes, they can get defensive rebounds. That's not a problem. The problem here is not establishing position to get offensive rebounds to second chance points. I mean, you have two bigs that can help you out in Bam and Kel'el Ware. But the thing is, you don't start them together, if rarely. So in this game, I do hope to see Bam and Kel'el play together at least in the starting lineups. And key number three is try to cut up the passing lanes. I mean, looking back at the Pacers game, the Pacers were very intricate with their passing. They're passing all over the court, trying to get to the open player. And that's something Miami cannot allow to have. You can't allow to have open players getting pretty good looks from behind the arc or cutting to the lane and getting the basket uncontested. So between my three keys for tonight's game, getting aggressive on defense, attacking the paint and getting offensive rebounds, and cutting off the passing lanes. Those are my three keys for Miami in this game tonight. So this one should be another highly intense, high stakes, high scoring game of course, the 76ers, they're now 7-3 in their last 10 games. And they seem to have a lot of momentum on their side. Because a while back they were in the play-in tournament, play-in tournament territory, like seeds 7 through 10, which Miami unfortunately is still in right now. So if the Heat need to get it together, this is the game where they have to do it. You can't allow yourself to mess up, and you can't allow yourself any margin of error. So right now the players are warming up, and we should have the starting lineups and opening tip-off very soon. Oh, by the way, did I forget to mention that the Heat and the Sixers are on national TV? That means that, yeah, the Heat and the Sixers are on Peacock and NBC. So it's a classic NBA on NBC game on a Monday night. As for the Miami Heat, well, I'm seeing the Eastern Conference standings. Miami currently sits at 9th, while the Philadelphia 76ers, who I thought were out of the play-in, but not, they are currently in 7th place. So right now, the Miami Heat need to do their work on their end in order to get out of the play-in. So that means they're gonna have to do a lot of hustling, especially considering that the last few remaining games include a trip against the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics. So we will have tip-off on the way, and I see that the Heat are in their vice colors, which means I should be in my vice colors as well. So stick around. We'll be right back, and we will feel the vice as the Heat take on the Sixers on national TV on NBC. And I'll be covering the play-by-play courtesy of Kindle Sports Network. And we are back. Here's a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Heat, we have Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, Pella Larson, Andrew Wiggins, and Bam Adebayo. For the 76ers, we have Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Dominic Barlow, and Joel Embiid. Right now, both teams are getting themselves set. They are getting themselves ready for tonight's game. There we see Nick Nurse, his third season as head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers. He won a 2019 championship with the Toronto Raptors. That team, of course, led by Kawhi Leonard and former Raptor and Heat, now a current 76er, in Kyle Lowry. All right, so we're ready for opening tip-off. Miami wins the tip, and we have action underway. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Gives it to Wiggins, to Bam, to Pella Larson. Larson drives in, gets the layup, and Miami are on the board. All right, here comes Philadelphia. Paul George brings it up to the floor, guarded by Wiggins. Finds Embiid. Embiid gives it to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe pulls up and knocks down the jumper to put Philly on the board. All right, here comes Miami. Bam has the ball. Finds Wiggins. It's Davion Mitchell. Davion guarded by Tyrese Maxey. He drives in, gets the layup, and Miami are up by 2. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gives it to Embiid. Embiid to Edgecombe. Embiid sets the screen. Embiid gets the ball, goes for 3, and he knocks it down right in front of Bam. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Gives the ball to Wiggins. Wiggins misses that one. Rebound goes to Philadelphia. All right, here comes Paul George. George is double teamed. Kicks it out to Tyrese Maxey. Gives it to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Maxey finds Paul George for the corner 3. Rims off, and that one goes out of bounds on the 76ers. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Gives it to Tyler Hero. Hero to Bam. Back to Hero. Hero drives in. Pulls up and knocks down the jumper. And the Heat retake the lead. Edgecombe passes it out to Joel Embiid. Gives it to Tyrese Maxey. Wiggins intercepts the ball, and here come the Heat. Pella Larson to Hero for the corner 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Embiid. Embiid backs down Bam. Embiid fades away and gets the basket. All right, here comes Miami. Bam drives in, gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Right now, in the last 8 games, Miami has gone. The last 8 games, Miami has allowed a lot of points. The highest being 149, and that was a loss against Cleveland. 129.6 points per game allowed in their last 8 games. So their defense needs to really step it up in these last few games. Bam knocks down the first free throw. And Bam makes both. All right, here comes Paul George. Gives it to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets fouled. No, I thought Embiid got fouled, but referee say otherwise. Tyler Hero to Davion Mitchell for the three. And good night, off night, Davion Mitchell, 3 from Miami as the Heat go up by 4. All right, here comes Paul George, guarded by Wiggins. Now picked up by Bam. Paul George gets the easy lane and he gets the dunk. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell finds Bam. Bam for 3. And Bam Adebayo knocks down that 3 from Miami. All right, here comes VJ Edgecombe, looking to answer back with a 3, with some baskets of his own. Finds Paul George, and Paul George knocks down that 3. El Trece knocks it down. And here comes Tyler Hero. Hero gets bumped right into VJ Edgecombe, and Dominic Barlow gets the ball. And referee say it's going to be a jump ball. Let's see it again. Or rather, we should see a replay of Paul George getting the easy, uncontested dunk when Bam should have just gotten his way in the first place. All right, so now it's Dominic Barlow going up against Tyler Hero in this jump ball. Miami wins the tip somehow thanks to Bam catching the ball. Bam gets the basket, and the Heat go up by 4. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. Gives it to Paul George. George back to Maxey. Maxey to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Bam. Embiid muscles his way in and gets the layup. And now here comes Davion Mitchell speeding through. Kicks it out to Wiggins for the corner 3. And Andrew Chief Wiggins, 3 from Miami. The Heat go up by 5. All right, here comes Joel Embiid. Backing down Bam again. Misses the basket, but there's a foul call on the play. This one's going to be on Bam. There is again Bam guarded by Bam guarding Embiid, but couldn't do anything to stop him from getting the layup. Of course, the physicality right now is starting to show up between these two guys. All right, so Joel Embiid is at the line for 2 free throws. Embiid knocks down the first free throw. And Embiid makes both free throws. So Philly trails by 3 in this game. Here comes Wiggins. Ooh, gets his shot blocked, but it's recovered by Miami. Wiggins gets it back. Almost loses the ball. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. Here comes Davion Mitchell, guarded by Barlow. Davion Mitchell couldn't get the layup. Here comes Philly. Paul George. Alley-oop to Edgecombe. Now it's nice. As the Sixers trail by 1. Here comes Bam. Drives into the lane. Loses the ball. And here comes Philly again. Miami Heat trying to match their speed. And that's a long 3 from Tyrese Maxey. That one rims off. All right, here comes Miami. Tyler Hero for 3. Misses. Rebound goes to Joel Embiid. Embiid finds Edgecombe. Back to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Davion Mitchell. Missing the would-be basket. And here comes Miami again. Bam. To Tyler Hero. Hero fades away. Gets the basket. And the Heat lead by 3. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Guarded by Davion Mitchell. Gives it to Edgecombe. Edgecombe to Embiid. Embiid Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Bam. Bam finds Pella Larson for the nice dunk. And Miami right now are leading by 5 in this game. All right, here comes Philadelphia. And Nick Nurse calls a timeout. So far, the action has been fast-paced and intense between these two teams. And a lot of exciting moments, including that alley-oop from Paul George to VJ Edgecombe. I think VJ Edgecombe's going to be an all-star. He's going to be an all-star for years to come. The Heat lead 23-18. And we are back. Score is 18-23. And Miami answers back with a dunk of their own. Thanks to Bam. And Paul George gets the layup plus the foul. That foul is going to be on Kelly Ware, who's now in the game for Miami. Nice sequence from Miami getting Bam that nice dunk. Bam thought he was fouled, but then on the other end, Paul George gets fouled by Kelly Ware. So Paul George will go to the line for the and one. And Paul George makes the and one. So it's now a 4-point game. Here comes Bam. Guarded by Dominic Parlow. Tyler Hero comes in. And he gets the basket. The Heat go up by 6. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey to Embiid. Edgecombe for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Kel'el Ware. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell drives in. Kel'el Ware was looking for the alley-oop but doesn't get it. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Philly ball. All right. Let's see what Philly does right now. All right, here comes Quentin Grimes. All right, gives the ball back to VJ Edgecombe. And that's a nice 3 from Philly. VJ Edgecombe getting that corner 3. All right, here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Gives the ball to Tyler Hero for 3. And Tyler Superhero knocks down that 3 for Miami. As the Heat lead by 6. Paul George looking to answer back. And that's a no-go. Rebound goes to Bam. Bam guarded by Edgecombe. Bam backing down Edgecombe. Jaime Jaquez Jr. goes for the corner 3. And Jaime Juanwick Jaquez Jr. 3 from Miami. As the Heat now lead by 9. Here comes Kelly Oubre Jr. Gives the ball to Edgecombe. Back to Kelly Oubre Jr. Philly are just swinging the ball around. They give it to Oubre Jr. for 3. And that's a miss. Rebound goes to Kel'el Ware. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero finds Kel'el Ware. Heater swinging the ball around. Tyler Hero blows past Embiid. Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Embiid. To Kel'el Ware. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh! And it looks like both Tyler Hero and Kelly Oubre Jr. took a spill. So far in this game, both of these teams have been getting after it. All right, Davion Mitchell comes out of the game for Miami. So does Pelle Larsson. All right, here comes Jaquez. Drew Smith is now in the game for Miami. Kel'el Ware goes for 3. And Kel'el Superboy Ware 3 for Miami. The Heat right now on a 9-0 run as they lead by 12. Here comes VJ Edgecombe. Thought about going for the basket. Kicks it out to Paul George. Quentin Grimes for 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero passes it out to Jaquez. Back to Hero. Hero driving through the lane. Was looking for the foul. And finally they get a call. That foul's going to be, I think it's going to be on Kelly Oubre Jr. And we will have a timeout. Miami so far, they have been rolling on a 12-0 run as they lead 36-24. And we are back. Score is 36-24. Miami has the lead, and the Miami Heat are on a 12-0 run thanks to their transitional offense. Bam Adebayo so far. This one, he has a few points, but the Heat right now, they have 7 fast break points off 10 assists and going 6 for 9 from three-point land. The Heat are also 8 for 13 from the field. So right now we'll see Tyler Hero at the line for 2 free throws. Hero misses the first free throw. And Hero goes 1 of 2 from the line. So the Heat lead by 13 as they go on a 13-0 run. All right, here comes Philadelphia. Edgecombe gives the ball to Maxey. Back to Edgecombe. Embiid passes it out to Edgecombe. Here's Tyrese Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey knocks down the basket. And that is a 13-0 run for Miami. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez gives the ball to Bam. Bam finds Jaquez. Jaquez, the Hero. Hero backing down Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey gets a shot block. And there's an uncontested layup for VJ Edgecombe. Right now, the Sixers are trying to make a run of their own. And that 3 rims out for Tyler Hero. Here comes Tyrese Maxey again. Gives it to Joel Embiid. Embiid guarded by Kelly Ware. VJ Edgecombe goes for the corner 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Tyler Hero finds Kelly Ware. Back to Hero. Hero gets tripped up. And that foul's going to be on Quentin Grimes. All right, VJ Edgecombe will take a seat for the Sixers. All right, here comes Simone Fontecchio in the game for Miami. Fontecchio gives it to Jaquez. To Drew Smith. Drew Smith loses the ball, but he gets fouled. And this one's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. So that should send Miami into the bonus. Drew Smith knocks down the first free throw. And Drew Smith goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here comes Philly. Tyrese Maxey gets fouled and gets the basket. Tyrese Maxey redeeming himself after that one. And he's going to go to the line for the and 1. All right, Tyrese Maxey now already with 4 points, shooting 66% from the field. And VJ Edgecombe is heading to the back to be evaluated. as Tyrese Maxey knocks down the and one. The Sixers trail by 7 in this game. Here comes Wiggins. Finds Drew Smith. Back to Wiggins. Simone Fontecchio now has it. Fontecchio kicks it out to Smith. To Jaquez. Fontecchio, corner 3. And I think that's going to be an offensive foul on Miami. Tyrese Maxey, I think he got bumped hard by an illegal screen by Kelly Ware. That was a blindsided attack if I ever saw one. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey guarded by Drew Smith. Paul George now has it. Back to Maxey. Maxey drives in, kicks it out to Paul George for 3. And Paul George sinks the 3. Drew Smith heaves it up. And that's going to end the first quarter. A good high-scoring performance for both teams, including some nice alley-oops, three-pointers, and transitional offense. Right now, the Heat are leading 38-34. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. And as I see the second quarter has already underway, and the Sixers have retaken the lead 43-42. All right, Andrew Wiggins is at the line. Wiggins missing that free throw. Miami remains down by 1. All right, here comes Kelly Oubre Jr. missing that basket. And I think that's going to be a foul on Miami. And then Bona will go to the line for 2 free throws. And then Bona makes the first free throw. And Adem Bona makes both free throws. So right now the Sixers are leading by 3. Here comes Hawkins. Gives it to Larson. And that's going to be a foul on Bona. So that will send Bam to the line for 2 free throws. All right, here comes Bam. Misses the first free throw. And Bam goes 1 of 2 from the line. So the Heat trail by 2 in this game. Okay, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey guarded by Wiggins. Now guarded by Larson. Tyrese Maxey finds Paul George. Kelly Oubre Jr. misses the basket. Gets his own rebound. Misses his own shot again. And here comes Miami. Simone Fontecchio for 3. And Simone La Dolce Vita Fontecchio. 3 for Miami. All right, here comes Philadelphia. Corner 3 on the way. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Fontecchio, and here comes Miami. Here comes Bam, backing him down. Bam passes out to Fontecchio for another 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Bam. Bam gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. That's going to be another foul on Adem Bona. All right, so Bam will go to the line. Bam makes the first free throw. Right now, looking at the playoff berth in the Eastern Conference, Miami are 3 games behind the Philadelphia 76ers, but they're trying to get out of the play-in. As Bam makes both free throws. Right now, here comes the Sixers. Paul George fades away, misses the rebound, misses the basket, I should say. And that's going to be a defensive foul on Pelle Larsson. Larsson said that he was held down by Adem Bona. Here it is again. Adem Bona wrestling for the rebound with Pelle Larsson, getting both guys getting tangled up. Let's see. Adem Bona looked like he pulled. Oh, looked like he was going to deliver a DDT on Pelle Larsson. And looks like I think he may have a referee's challenge or official review. So we'll be right back. Score is 48-45 Miami. And we are back. Score is 48-45. And after the officials review, it looks like Adem Bona was wrestling with Pelle Larsson. It looked like he was about to give him a DDT. So the call stands for Philly. So Philadelphia will have possession of the ball. And it was a foul on Miami. And there's Embiid, and he knocks down the basket. Scores 48-47. Miami has the lead. All right, here comes Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio gives the ball to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell out to Fontecchio, and Fontecchio knocks the ball out of bounds. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid gets his shot blocked. Here comes Embiid again. Alley-oops it. And Kelly Oubre Jr. gets the layup. I'm sorry. That's not Kelly Oubre Jr., but Philadelphia gets the lead. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins loses the ball. And it's going right back to Philadelphia. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gives it to Joel Embiid. Embiid backs down Wiggins. Kicks it out to Tyrese Maxey. Corner three on the way from Quentin Grimes, and he nails it. And the Sixers go up by 4. Here comes Bam, guarded by Wiggins. Sorry, not Wiggins. Quentin Grimes. Tyler Hero goes for the 3, and that one rims off. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. The Sixers right now on a 7-0 run. Blocked from behind by Andrew Wiggins, and here comes Miami. Tyler Hero finds Bam. Pelle Larsson, uncontested 3. That one rims off. And here comes Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey fades away, gets the basket. And right now the Sixers lead by 6 as they go on a 9-0 run. Wiggins, corner 3, that one rims off. Rebound goes to Wiggins. Wiggins gets the basket. And that ends a 9-0 run for Philadelphia. All right, here comes Embiid. Embiid gets the basket as the Sixers go up by 6 again. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Pelle Larsson for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Philadelphia. All right, here comes Philadelphia again. Embiid quickly backing down Wiggins. And that's going to be a foul on Miami. So that will send Embiid to the line for 2 free throws. You see Embiid quickly backing down Wiggins. And, of course, getting that basket from earlier. So Embiid will go to the line for 2 free throws. Embiid knocks down the first free throw. And Embiid goes 1 of 2 from the line. That ball goes sailing out of bounds. Last touch by the Heat. All right, here comes the Sixers. BJ Edgecombe now has it. Gives it to Embiid. Embiid backs down Wiggins. Embiid misses the basket. Rebound goes to Davion Mitchell. Here comes Bam. Bam finds Hawkes. Pelle Larsson now has it. Larsson kicks it out to Hero. Hero thought about going for the three. Pump fakes. Drives in. Gets the layup. And the Heat trail by 5. The Heat trail by 5 in this game. Tyler Hero already with 12 points, shooting 5 for 11 from the field. Here comes BJ Edgecombe. Guarded by Hawkins. Edgecombe drives in. Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Bam. Guarded. Bam kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. Tyler Hero. Hero guarded by Grimes. Bam sets the screen. Tyler Hero puts it up. No go. Rebound goes to Davion Mitchell. Here comes Hawkins. Hawkins misses the basket, but Pelle Larsson is there. Pelle Larsson is there for the putback. My goodness, that was a frantic sequence. Miami trailing by 3 in this one. Miami right now with 9 offensive rebounds. Philadelphia has 4, and they will call a timeout. Good hustle from both teams, but right now, the Heat are starting to come back into this game as Philadelphia leads 57-54. And we are back. Score is 57-54. Miami is trailing by 3. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell to Tyler Hero. Hero guarded by Edgecombe. Hero kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. To Pella Larson for three. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Philadelphia. Here comes Maxey. Maxey guarded by Mitchell. Maxey step back fadeaway. Misses it. Rebound goes to Larson. Larson kicks it out to Hawkes. Hawkes to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell has it. To Hawkes for three. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Philly. Here comes Embiid. To Maxey. Maxey guarded by Bam. There's a three on the way. Paul George misses it. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Larson. Larson drives in. Gets the layup over Joel Embiid. That is tough. And the Heat trail by one. Pella Larson now with 8 points, shooting 50% from the field. And Philly answers right back with a layup of their own to go up by three. Dominic Barlow now with 4 points, shooting 2 for 2, shooting 100% from the field. Excuse me. Here comes Hawkes to Larson again, and Larson gets another basket. Larson now with 10 points. And so far, he's been thriving in the paint. All right, here comes Maxey. Maxey guarded by Larson. Maxey finds Edgecombe. Edgecombe gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul's going to be on Tyler Hero. VJ Edgecombe knocks down the first free throw. And Edgecombe gets both free throws. Here comes Tyler Hero. Long three. And that's gonna end the second quarter right there. So far in this game, it's been I don't want to say back and forth, but the Miami Heat been on the comeback trail throughout the second quarter as Philly leads 61-58. So far in this game, we're seeing much more effort on both ends of the floor from Miami than we did the last game. Even though the scoreboard says Philadelphia has a 3-point lead, knowing that the Miami Heat kind of struggle in the second half, we're gonna have to see Miami deliver on both ends of the floor the same way they did in the first half when it comes to the second half. So if you have any questions or comments regarding tonight's game or the Miami Heat season in general, feel free to drop some comments and I will answer them for you. So right now it's halftime. The Heat are trailing by 3 in this game, and hopefully we should see a turnaround for them in the second half. And we are back, ready to begin the third quarter. Right now, Philadelphia has a 61-58 lead. Miami, so far in this game, they've been clawing their way back into this one thanks to some buckets from Pelle Larsson. So right now, the Heat's gonna have to dig really deep into this game. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey guarded by Pelle Larsson. Gives it to Embiid. Embiid backing down Wiggins. Embiid misses the layup, and here comes Miami. Bam, sliding through traffic, and that's going to be a foul on the Sixers. So that will send Bam to the line for 2 free throws. Foul's going to be on Paul George. Bam spinning through traffic against the 76ers. And then you see that foul from Paul George. Bam knocks down the first free throw. And Bam knocks down both free throws. All right, so right now, the Heat are trailing by 1 in this game. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey guarded by Larsson. It's a step back 3 from Tyrese Maxey. He misses it. Rebound goes to Miami. It's a 3 on the way. Tyler Hero misses it. All right, here comes Paul George. Gives it to Joel Embiid. To Edgecombe. Edgecombe guarded by Tyler Hero. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. Guarded by Wiggins. Tyrese Maxey out to Embiid. Embiid trying to muscle his way in. Almost loses the ball. Puts it up. And that's going to be a 24-second violation on the Sixers. Good defensive display by Miami. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell passes the ball to Hero. Hero to Bam. Bam gives it to Davion. Davion Mitchell flies in and gets the floater. And the Heat retake the lead, and Davion Mitchell appears to be limping on his way back up. Davion Mitchell is, he's gimping right now. That's not a good sign for Miami. Tyrese Maxey fades away, misses the basket. Rebound goes to Miami. Davion Mitchell may need to come out of the game right now. Bam goes for 3. He misses. Rebound goes to Philadelphia. Here comes Edgecombe. Backing down Hero. Edgecombe fades away, gets the basket, and Philly retakes the lead. All right, here comes Bam. Miami swinging the ball around. Tyler Hero gets it. Fades away. Gets the basket and the foul. So that will send Tyler Hero to the line for the and 1. All right, see Tyler Hero fading back to get that basket. All right, Davion Mitchell. He will take a seat on the bench. And Tyler Hero will miss that and 1 opportunity. So the Heat right now have a 1-point lead. Jaime Hawkins Jr. now in the game for the Heat. Paul George almost lost the ball. Gives it to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Hawkes. Embiid fades away, misses a basket. Rebound goes to Pelle Larsson. Here goes Miami now. Hawkes gives it to Hero. Hero, here comes Bam, and Bam with the master jam. And right now the Heat have a 3-point lead. Bam Adebayo already with 16 points and 8 rebounds. 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. As a 3 on the way from Paul George, he misses it. Rebound goes to Pelle Larsson. Ball goes sailing out of bounds. I think that was last touch by Philadelphia. All right, here comes Pelle Larsson. And I think that's going to be another foul on Philadelphia. VJ Edgecombe appears to be very hot right now. He just picked up his 3rd foul. His argument with the referee. He's still mouthing off. All right, here comes Hawkes. Hawkes gets his shot block. Another shot block for Philly, but it comes up with a foul. That should send Pelle Larsson to the line for 2 free throws. Foul is going to be on Dominic Barlow. VJ Edgecombe still mouthing off as Pelle Larsson misses the first free throw. And Pelle Larsson goes 1 of 2 from the line. Pelle Larsson already with 11 points, shooting 5 for 9 from the field. Here comes Embiid for 3. That rattles off. Rebound goes to Hawkes. Here comes Hawkes. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Hero to Bam. And Bam loses the ball. The 76ers defense were blitzing him that time, and the Heat response with a defensive effort of their own. And then you see Tyrese Maxey coming up with that steal, only for Tyler Hero to answer back with a steal by stripping the ball away from him. So Tyrese Maxey will go to the line for 2 free throws. Tyrese Maxey knocks down the first free throw. And Tyrese Maxey makes both free throws. Tyrese Maxey already was 11 points and 3 assists. Here comes Hero. Hero guarded by George. Hero loses the ball, and so does George, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Sixers. All right, Miami will inbound the ball. Hawkes has it. Hawkes gives it to Pelle Larsson for the jam. And right now the Heat go up by 4. Joel Embiid missing that basket, was looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Here comes Bam. Bam gives it to Wiggins, And Wiggins gets the layup. Right now, the Heat are now on a 9-2 run. They lead by 6. All right, Miami recovers the ball. Here comes Wiggins. To Tyler Hero. Alaba going for the 3. Hero finds Wiggins. Wiggins for 3. And Andrew Chief Wiggins 3 for Miami. And that's going to prompt a timeout for the Sixers. Right now, the Heat are beginning to roll, and they are on a 12-2 run. They are attacking the rim with a lot of aggression right now, and their defense looks very good right now. Miami leads 74-65. And we are back. Score is 74-65. Miami right now has a 9-point lead, and they are on a 12-2 run. Right now, most of their field goals right now have been made underneath the rim. So that's a good sign for the Heat. And they need to keep doing more of that. All right, right now, here comes the Sixers. VJ Edgecombe dribbles out of bounds, and it will be Heat ball. Okay, Hawkins will inbound the ball. All right, Tyler Hero gives it to Wiggins. Hawkins has it back. Hawkins guarded by Edgecombe. And that's going to be an offensive. No, I think that's going to be a foul on VJ Edgecombe, who's pleading his case to the referee. You see Bam sets the screen, gets mowed over by Edgecombe. So that's going to be Edgecombe's 4th foul in this game. And that's going to be a technical foul on Philadelphia as well. So that will send Bam to the line, and he makes a technical free throw. Edgecombe still arguing with the referee, still pleading his case about the foul, and what led to the technical foul. Edgecombe still mouthing off at the referee, still pleading his case. So there'll be 2 free throws for Bam. Knocks down the first free throw. And Bam makes both free throws. All right, here comes Edgecombe, guarded by Wiggins. Edgecombe passes it to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets the basket. And right now the Sixers trail by 10 in this game. Here comes Bam, gives it to Hero. Hero back to Bam. Bam back to Hero. Hero loses the ball, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Sixers. Right, Miami will inbound the ball, and that's going to be a foul on Philadelphia. So we should see 2 free throws for Pelle Larsson. Larsson makes the first free throw. There you see the Eastern Conference standings, 5 through 10. The Miami Heat currently in 9th place. They are 3 games behind the Philadelphia 76ers. Of course, Miami is trying to get out of the play-in. Pelle Larsson goes 1 of 2 from the line. Philadelphia swinging the ball around. Quentin Grimes knocks down the 3. All right, here comes Miami now. Jaime Jaquez Jr. spins in. But I think that was Pelle Larsson with the putback. Yeah, that was Pelle Larsson with the putback. As the Heat go up by 10. Kelly Oubre Jr. for 3. That one rims off, but he gets his own rebound. And Philadelphia coming up short with on that offensive end. Wiggins, corner 3. That one rims off. Rebound by Bam. Bam puts it up. And there's a putback from Jaquez. And right now the Heat are rolling. The Heat are rolling right now as Philadelphia takes a timeout. The Heat are leading 82-70. And we are back. The Miami Heat right now have a 12-point lead. Bam Adebayo so far with 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Not flashy not flashy numbers, but here and there, still working himself to get some buckets on the offensive end, as well as doing the other things. Right now, here comes Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey has the ball, fades away, misses a basket. Kelly Oubre Jr. is there for the putback. All right, here comes Bam, gives it to Hawkes. Here comes Hero. Hero gives it to Bam. Paolo Larson drives in. Ooh, nice. Fancy pass to Kelly Ware, but passes it out to Hawkes for the corner three. And Jaime Juanwick Hawkes Jr. 3 from Miami. The Heat right now are leading by 13 in this game. All right, here comes Paul George. And Miami comes away with that steal, but they go right out of bounds. Nicely done to break up the pass, but then Tyler Hero went right out of bounds. Right, and Philadelphia comes up with another miss, and Miami on a fast break. Paolo Larson gets sandwiched, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Excuse me for a second. All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, Tyrese Maxey will go to the line for 2 free throws. And there you see Davion Mitchell, who was limping earlier in the game. Now he's looking to check back in. Maxey knocks down the first free throw. Paolo Lawson will come out of the game for Miami. And it appears that he'll be heading to the back to be evaluated. Larson already with 18 points, going 7 for 11 from the field. Andrew Wiggins will come in the game for Miami. So will Davion Mitchell. And Tyrese Maxey makes both free throws. Tyrese Maxey already with 13 points with 4 assists. All right, here comes Hawkes. Hawkes passes out to Hero. To Wiggins. Wiggins fades away. Wiggins misses the basket. Rebound goes to Philly. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. That's a 3 on the way. And Paul George sinks the 3. The Sixers right now on a 7-0 run. And that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. The Sixers right now are rolling despite the Heat having an 8-point lead. Paul George had his feet set ready for that corner 3, and he knocked it down efficiently. So right now, the Heat lead 87-79. And we are back. Right now we have an official review. The Sixers are trailing right now. The Sixers still trying to make a comeback. Miami is leading 87 to 81 right now. So looking at this official review, it's either a foul or whoever last touched the ball that went out of bounds. So right now, Tyrese Maxey already with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. I mean, so far in this game, Philadelphia, they've been on a roll trying to cut into Miami's lead. I mean, Miami did have a 13-point lead during the third quarter, but now it's down to 6. So Davion Mitchell gets hit with a flagrant foul. That should send Quentin Grimes to the line for two free throws. Yeah, 2 technical free throws. Grimes misses the first free throw. And Grimes goes 1 of 2 for the technical free throws. All right, here comes Paul George. Gives it to Tyrese Maxey, to Quentin Grimes. Kelly Oubre Jr. gets the dunk over Kelly Ware, and right now the Sixers trail by 3. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Hero manages to get the layup as the Heat go up by 5. Right now, Tyler Hero with 16 points, shooting 7 for 16 from the field. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey guarded by Wiggins. Here comes Tyrese Maxey for 3, and he sinks it from long range. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Hero gets doubled, and he gets sent flying out of bounds. He gets sent flying out of bounds, but gets helped up by Kelly Oubre Jr. That foul is going to be on Adem Bona. And you see, Adem Bona didn't mean to trip up Tyler Hero, but he sent him flying out of bounds. That's going to be his 4th foul. Tyler Hero at the line. Knocks down the first free throw. And Hero makes both free throws. Here comes Quentin Grimes. Puts it up for 3. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Sixers started to make a comeback, but now the Heat needs to make one of their own. At the end of the third quarter, the Heat lead 91-87. And we are back, ready to begin the fourth quarter. The Heat are leading 91-87. We should get some action on the way. Right now, it seems like. All right, there we go. So far in this game, it's been close. But Miami's been winning the first. Miami won the first quarter, Philly won the second quarter, and Miami won the third quarter, but by a slim margin. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins to Hawkins. Oh, a nasty collision, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That'll be Sixers ball. Wiggins collided with Kelly Oubre Jr. And I don't know whether that was intentional or that was a flop. I mean, that looked like a head-on collision right there. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Maxey goes for 3. That one rims off, and Davion Mitchell gets the rebound. Here comes Tyler Hero to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell goes in, gets the basket, and the Heat go up by 6. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey again. Gives it to Kelly Oubre Jr. Tyrese Maxey drives in, kicks it out to Paul George for the corner 3. That one rims off. Rebound goes to Philly. Kelly Oubre Jr. gives it to Maxey. Maxey to Paul George. Paul George. And he knocks it down. So right now the Sixers trail by 4. Here comes Tyler Hero. Gets his shot blocked from behind by Adem Bona. And now here comes the Sixers again. Tyrese Maxey drives in. Gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey just driving in. So Tyrese Maxey will go to the line for 2 free throws. And Tyrese Maxey knocks down the first free throw. And Tyrese Maxey makes both free throws. And now the Sixers trail by 2 in this one. Here comes Hawkes. Gives it to Davion Mitchell for 3. That one rims off. And I think we may have another foul on the Sixers. Or not. So it will be Philly ball. No, it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be a jump ball between, I think, Adem Bona and Bam. Miami wins the tip, and here comes Hawkes. Hawkes almost lost the ball. Recovered by Hero. Back to Hawkes. Hero gets the back. Here comes Tyler Hero. Pulls up. Knocks down the jumper. And the Heat go up by 4. Tyler Hero now with 20 points. Shooting 8 for 18 from the field. And here comes Adem Bona. Misses the basket. Rebound goes to Bam. Here comes Bam to Hawkes. Hawkes thought about going for the 3. Gives it to Hero. There's a 3 on the way. Rebound goes to Hawkes. Tyler Hero gives it to Hawkes. Hawkes for 3. That one rims off as well. And now here comes Philly. Tyrese Maxey. Guarded by Wiggins. That's a 3 on the way. That rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Here comes Hawkes. Hawkes passes out to Hero. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero drives in and gets the layup under duress as the Heat go up by 6. All right, here comes Philly. Tyrese Maxey passes it out to Kelly Oubre Jr. Gets it right back to Kelly Oubre Jr. for 3. And the Tsunami Poppy knocks it down. That's a 3 for Philly. The Sixers trail by 3 in this game. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Bam drives in. Bam misses the basket. All right, and here comes Philly. Tyrese Maxey missing that long 3. Miami's fortunate on that one. Here comes Hawkes. Hawkes drives in. Gets the layup. And the Heat go up by 5. All right, here comes Paul George. George kicks it out to Maxey. Back to Paul George. And Kelly Oubre Jr. comes up with that miss. He misses the basket, I should say. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Hero passes it out to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell gives it to Bam for three. That one rims off. And that's gonna be out on Miami. So it'll be Sixers ball. So we are gonna have ourselves a timeout as Miami leads 99-94. And we are back. Score is 99-94. Miami has the lead. So far in this game, Miami has allowed only 94 points allowed. And through their previous 8 games, they had a total of 129.6 per game. I mean, that was in total from the last 8 games. So right now, here comes Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey brings it up to the floor. Gives it to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe, guarded by Davion Mitchell. Gives it to Embiid. Embiid knocks it down. Joel Embiid right now with 18 points and 7 rebounds. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero drives in, kicks it out to Bam, to Palo Larson, to Davion Mitchell. Hawkins, corner three. That rims off. Rebound goes to Philly. Here comes Edgecombe. Gives it to Maxey. Quentin Grimes goes baseline and gets the dunk. And right now the Sixers are within one. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Bam sets the screen. Here comes Bam. Bam gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. All right, here comes All right, Bam goes to the line. Makes the first free throw. Andrew Wiggins returning back to the game for Miami, replacing Jaime Jaquez. And Bam knocks down both free throws, so the Heat lead by 3. And Joel Embiid will go for the and one after that basket. All right, Joel Embiid looking to tie the game. And he does. So now we're tied at 101, and that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. The Sixers are back into this one as we are tied at 101. Oh, we have a comment. Genwell Balandra says, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired of Hawkins 3-point attempts. I think it's worse than hero transition pull-up threes. Well, Jaime Hawkins Jr. needs to slow it down with those threes. He can't just rely on the corner threes to bail out Miami. Sometimes you do have to go baseline and attack the rim, or at least find someone that's within range to knock down the basket. I feel like those 3-point attempts really cost us, which allowed Philly to come back into this game. So right now we're tied at 101, and we definitely need to get some momentum going for Miami. And we are back. Score is tied at 101. Right now, the Sixers are answering back on both ends of the floor. Joel Embiid has been leading the way for the Sixers. All right, here comes Davion Mitchell. Mitchell finds Larson, gives it to Hero. Tyler Hero drives in, misses the layup. Rebound goes to Philadelphia. Embiid looking for the three. Here comes Tyrese Maxey. Long three on the way, and he knocks it down. And the Sixers retake the lead as they go up by 3. Tyler Hero almost lost the ball, recovered by Bam. Bam loses it, gets it right back. Davion Mitchell for 3. Rims off. Rebound goes to Philadelphia, but Miami there to get the rebound. Tyler Hero, long 3. That one rims off. Why are the Heat just settling for threes when they can just go to the rim? The Heat right now are doing themselves a disservice, and they know it. Tyrese Maxey comes up with a miss. Against Pella Larson. Tyler Hero. Davion Mitchell. Mitchell gives it to Hero. Hero back to Mitchell. Mitchell for 3. And another miss. And that rebound goes to the 76ers. Here comes Tyrese Maxey flying in. Both Sixers comes up with a miss. Here comes Tyler Hero. Oh my God. Davion Mitchell, his mind was elsewhere. That's a costly turnover. That is going to be a costly turnover for Miami. That is a costly turnover. That has got to be a costly turnover for Miami. Philly right now on a 10-2 run. Make a 13-2 run by Tyrese Maxey. Make that a 13-2 run. Wait a second. They're saying it's an offensive foul on Philadelphia. And Embiid was holding Larson. Embiid was holding Larson. So I think we may have ourselves a challenge right now. The Sixers leading 104-101. And Ganwell Belandra says, I hope we get into the lottery. At this rate, who knows? I mean, at the rate the Heat are going, there's no up or down. There's no up or down for this team. I think they're gonna make it into the play-in, and they're gonna be out of there quickly before anyone knows it. The way they're playing is just they're playing like it's a sprint and not a marathon. They're playing like it's 48 seconds rather than 48 minutes. And again, the way they're playing is unacceptable. All right, we are back. Miami catches a break, and there goes Bam. There goes Wiggins on a fast break. And that's going to be goaltending on Philadelphia. 2 points awarded to the Heat. Bam right now getting back up. So right now, the Heat are within 1 right now. All right, here comes Joel Embiid. Gives it to Maxey. Gives it to VJ Edgecombe. Philly looking for the 3, and they get it. The Sixers now lead by 4. A 3 on the way. That one rims off, and Bam is there for the putback. Bam is there for the putback as Miami trails by 2. The Sixers looking for another 3. The Sixers are looking for another 3 right now. They give it to Embiid. Embiid guarded by Hawkes. Embiid fades away. Misses. Rebound goes to Miami. They can easily tie him right here. That's a 3 on the way from Hero. And Tyler Hero gives Miami the lead. Tyler Hero gives Miami the lead. Whew. So far, this one has been back and forth. All right, Philadelphia looking for another 3. Tyrese Maxey now has the ball. Embiid sets the screen. There's 3 on the way. Rims off. Rebound goes to Miami. Hawkes finds Hero. Hero goes for another 3. And Tyler Superhero knocks down that 3 to put Miami up by 4. Right now, Philadelphia. Embiid misses another basket. Rebound goes to Bam. And Miami right now looking to get back on a roll of their own. All right, here comes Hawkes. Hawkes with the spin and the layup. Right now, the Heat are leading by 6 as the Sixers call a timeout. 1 minute, the Sixers had the lead. Now it's Miami's turn to go off on offense. And it's all thanks to Tyler Superhero as the Heat lead 113 to 107. All right, and we have some more comments from Will Belandres. Says they'll lose the challenge and we get the ball back the next play and will be a Bam 3-point attempt. Well, right now, the Heat are leading by 6. Right now, the Heat have been leading by 6, and Jaime Hawkes kind of heard you about those 3-point comments, Will, and yeah, he attacked the rim. And as far as Wiggins, yeah, he hasn't been shooting recently, but I would rather see him go to the rim, get some layups, and let the game come to him. But right now, this Heat team needs to thrive on defense, the zone defense, to get themselves back into this game. All right, we're back. The Heat are leading 113 to 107. All right, Philly will inbound the ball. They give it to Tyrese Maxey. To VJ Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. Back to Edgecombe. Edgecombe kicks it out. And that's going to be a block shot, and here comes Miami again. All right, here comes Hawkes. Hawkes, guarded by Paul George. Hawkes kicks it out to Pelle Larsson. Larsson goes baseline. And Paolo Larson gets the basket. Now the Heat go up by 8. All right, here comes Tyrese Maxey. Kicks it up to VJ Edgecombe for 3. That one should count. But I think the referee's saying it's going to be an offensive foul on the Sixers. So it will be Heat ball. All right, here comes Tyler Hero. Hero drives through. Puts up the bucket, and now the Heat lead by 10. Here comes VJ Edgecombe. Gives it to Joel Embiid, and he gets the layup. Here comes Bam. Miami is passing the ball around, but there's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul on the play. All right, so Bam will come out of the game. And it looks like we may have we're going to have an official review right here. All right, so we're going to have an official review, and we will come back. All right, that must be a quick review. Apparently, Joel Embiid shoved Bam as he was coming up to the floor. A pretty needless foul, I should say, from Joel Embiid. All right, here comes Hawkes. Hawkes gets fouled. And that will put Miami in the bonus. All right, Hawkes will go to the line for 2 free throws. Hawkes makes the first free throw. And Hawkes makes 12 free throws as Miami leads by 10. And that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball. And there's a rebound for Paolo Larson. And that's going to do it. The Miami Heat snapped their 2-game losing streak, and they win big on national TV, 119-109. Finally, some good news for the Miami Heat. Even if it's against a play-in team like the 76ers. But nevertheless, defense was on the menu tonight. Defense was the main strategy for the Miami Heat. But not only that, getting rebounds on both ends of the floor. I loved how the Miami Heat managed to get back to what they were doing offensively, and that was attacking the rim and going downhill. But not only that, cutting off the passing lanes against Philadelphia, which definitely helped them a big deal. Along with getting into the cutting off the passing lanes, attacking the rim, and getting some defense, Miami's transitional offense looked very good as well. So even though the Heat are still in the play-in, this win should generate something for them. It should get them in the right direction. But with a few games remaining, the margin of error is very tiny. There's no time to waste for the Miami Heat, especially if they're trying to get out of the play-in, even though they're currently in 9th place. They're going to have to win and win meaningful games. But this win right here should be a start for them. This should be a start for them in the right direction. So I'm going to pull up the scoreboard right now for both teams. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid led the way with 26 points. Tyrese Maxey had 23 points and 9 assists. Paul George had 19 points. VJ Edgecombe had 13 points. And off the bench, Quentin Grimes had 11 points. And Kelly Oubre Jr. had a double-double of 11 points and 11 rebounds. And for the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero led the way with 30 points. Andrew Wiggins had 14 points, 8 rebounds. Off the bench, Jaime Jaquez Jr. had 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And we have a pair of double-doubles. Pella Larson with 20 points and 10 rebounds, and Bam Adebayo with 23 points and 16 rebounds and 6 assists. So not a bad night for the Miami Heat, as they came up big and snapped a 2-game losing streak. But right now, even as the season is starting to wind down and we're getting slowly but surely into postseason mode, Miami's gonna have to win some meaningful games. And it doesn't get any more meaningful. It doesn't get any more meaningful than their next opponent, which is the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics come to town against Miami. And that game starts Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And it's going to be, you can catch this on NBA League Pass and FanDuel Sports Network Sun. And this is going to be another nationally televised game. Only this time it's going to be on ESPN. Heat Celtics. Game starts Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And you can catch that on FanDuel Sports Network Sun. NBA League Pass, FanDuel Sports Network Sun, and ESPN. One more time. Celtics Heat. Game starts Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And you can watch that on NBA League Pass, FanDuel Sports Network Sun, or nationally on ESPN. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight's game. Yes, this was a back and forth game, but Miami pulled it out late in the fourth quarter, getting some big baskets from Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Pelle Larsson, and Bam Adebayo. But again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to tonight's game. I'm glad to have called the play-by-play for this game, as well as drop some info about what's going on with the Miami Heat and the NBA. I just want to say, if you're out there in the world, look out for one another. Take care of one another. Be kind to each other. Show integrity and grace. Listen, learn, and love each other. Because that's all we have in this world right now. And hope that the love and the integrity that you send out into the world comes back to you tenfold. And reciprocate it back to you in ways you can never imagine. Because you never know when that day comes. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run through the paint. Take care. God bless. I love you guys. And as always, go Heat. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys on Wednesday. If not, I'll see you on the next Heat game. Take care, and God bless.